Welcome back to another episode of the Hooligans Pitch. As always, it's Michael and Chad, episode 110. Here we are once again. What's up, Chad?
Just existing under the Tool fog for the past 20 days.
Yeah, you're looking pale.
I haven't seen the sun. And that's no joke. The sun does not come out here. It literally peeked through the clouds.
Did everyone
for like 5 minutes?
Everyone run outside and like, oh.
Yeah, I was in my room and I was just like leaning on the window, like, oh, please.
Tan me.
Yeah, you know, it's been a weird winter, but kind of nice to also have all the winter games going on. I can hardly keep up with that, but it's keeping me distracted from the depressing weather, I guess.
Yeah, seasonal depression is a thing for a lot of the fans right now. Across the board, I would say. Yeah. Some are doing better than others. This has been a complete roller coaster of a month for me as a fan. I don't even know anymore. So with that, we're going to pop open a Gold Star Love Hazy IPA by Almanac Brewery.
Wonderful.
Pour this right into my veins because it's been 2 weeks since we talked. And I would argue last time we talked, vibes were like, okay. And then we didn't talk and vibes were the worst it's ever been, arguably, since I've been a fan of this team. And now it's like, hey, we're back. So I don't know.
It was looking real dark there for like a week.
It was dark, and it might. I don't know. I don't know what's to come. So what are you having tonight?
I'm sticking with the celebration. Spiked eggnog. 'Tis the season.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, it is. So we weren't sure if we wanted to talk about games or the drama. I feel like there's just so much drama looming, mostly on my end. I mean, it took over the football world, the comments that Mo Salah said. It did come out of nowhere, but also we kind of knew it was coming because Mo does this at times when he doesn't get what he wants. And so this was just oh God, he's saying a lot right now, especially just with other players on our team saying like, we keep everything private, you know, we keep it in the locker room. And then all of a sudden this bombshell came out of nowhere. I mean, let's talk about it for like 10 minutes here and then we'll get into the games because there's just so much to digest. First off, my opinion, I think the club handled it appropriately. I think not sending Mo to Italy was the right move. I think them backing Slot was also the correct move. I will say I haven't agreed with Slot a lot of this year and kind of what's been, how we're bringing out our team and just the overall questions that we've had, right, for this team have been suspect. But Mo basically said, I am the club. Look at how good I did last year. I deserve to be here now. And it's like, while that is true, Slot has given you so many opportunities to do something. And it was probably, 3 to 4 weeks ago, we were talking about Slot needs to bench him. Like, it just needs to happen. Like rip the Band-Aid off, make it happen. This guy lasted 2 matches without playing, which is just crazy that this blow-up happens. It shows lack of patience. It shows lack of understanding. But then you got to think about it this, Chad. Mo kind of got what he wanted. He's probably going to start playing again. And decent or not, he's going to... I mean, AFCON will be interesting, but I think Mo got what he wanted out of this. Or is going to get what he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those where, like, both sides kind of came out looking good. The club and Slot, I think, did everything they needed to do of not bringing Salah along, not like bending the knee. Because, even in this weekend's game, he didn't start, right? So they were still kind of playing it, a little stricter. And I think he probably would have got in at some point. I don't think it was going to be another game on the sidelines, but then, when Salah came in, he was actually contributing and looked good and looks like a part of the team rather than just out there in no man's land and, being selfish at times. Like, So I think both sides kind of won. But I mean, yeah, it wasn't a situation that needed to happen anyway. Like it very much should have been just a, behind closed doors conversation. And that's like, we shouldn't have heard a single thing. Like maybe a rumor of like, oh, Slot and Salah are having this conversation, but it should have never been this thing.
Salah's words, he said we weren't even having conversations.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that's crazy. What do you mean you're not talking to your coach and your coach isn't talking to you? I mean, how true is that? I just, it sounds really hard to believe everything that he said.
I would think Slot's it got to be talking to him because, I mean, no one is blind to the fact that Salah was not performing in these early games, right? So I'm sure Slot is talking to him and trying to, pump him up or get his mind right and get him fit to help the team. And I'm sure Salah's maybe not as like responsive to that, but I think there are conversations happening. I think it's, maybe just not the conversation Salah wanted of like, yes, King, like, please save us,
And then post all the conversations. Did you see the lonely pictures Mo Salah was posting on Instagram?
No.
Oh, dude. So when everyone, traveled to Italy, he posted a lonely gym selfie with a totally empty training room. It was very like Pablo Escobar, like, just sitting around waiting for the team. It was very, very similar to that. I don't know. It was attention seeking. I'm glad Liverpool won when they went to Italy.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai's the man.
If they would have lost, I don't know that Salah would have taken it any further, but it would have bolstered his ego a little bit on this.
A little bit. Would have said, yeah, kind of one of those, I guess you guys can't win without me type, things. But the boys handled business. They played pretty damn good that game. It's just a tough team defensively, and the PK was a little soft, I won't lie, but you can't grab on someone's back. You can't pull their jersey down. Like, it's too when you grab someone's back like that, it's too obvious. So the PK, it happened, and Szoboszlai buried it once again. He always goes left. He's never gone any other way. So one of these days, I hope it doesn't catch up to him. But that was a good game. And then, of course, coming into the weekend against a decently hot Brighton, maybe on their way down right now, if anything. But a tough team. They've beaten a couple top of the table teams in the last month or two. So not an easy opponent to come back to and just get an easy win. Handled business there. Again, Ikatike, man, like, you have to start him every game at this point. If Isak wants that job, he's got to find a way, or what Slot did earlier in the week against Inter was have a 2-striker formation, which is fantastic. Like, if we're going to do that, let's put Salah up top. Let's put him next to Hugo and see what we can do. He's not necessarily tracking back for our wing backs as much because it's different when you don't have Trent back there anymore. And unfortunately in this game, Joe Gomez got hurt, so the subs happened early. So who knows what would happen in that game if Joe Gomez stayed in. But overall, vibes are a lot better. This would have been almost had an emergency podcast, just like, what is going on? The dust is settling. You could say that. AFCON, I think they have one more game this weekend, and then AFCON will start on the 21st, or is he gone? Is Mo gone?
He's probably gone because I think it does start the 21st.
Mo's gone. He might have left today.
Okay, yeah.
So
I think it's a while the bridge might not be fully rebuilt and everyone might not be fully happy with where things stand, I think it's at a very good point considering what it was at just a week prior. So he goes away for a month. I think that's probably best for everyone. Just get some space, let him focus on Egypt.
Crazy timing. Crazy.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my God. So in hindsight, Liverpool's sitting 5th in the table right now, tied with a couple other teams, but it's just It's funny to me that this seems like such a train wreck shit show. And I just think about like Man United last year when they were sitting like 16th. I have to remember it's like this could be so much worse. It really could be.
Absolutely.
It's like so blown out of proportion. Partial to what Mo Salah did, partial to our epic losing streak. If we would have one loss, barely a conversation. If Mo would have never
like one more win in there, and you're at 29 points right now. You're in fourth.
The headlines aren't happening. If Mo's conversation ever happens, he goes to AFCON, just not in form. Just a weird start to the season. And I'm happy we're finally on a win streak and haven't lost a game in like the last 5 matches. So
there you go. See,
looking at the pros. Okay, that's my I don't know, my TED talk for today.
TED talk. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see the Liverpool team when Salah gets back, and if he'll find his way back in easy, or if or see an Ekitike kind of take his role in the team. Like you said, Isak will have to kind of find his way in, but now there's that opening on the right. Or
Gakpo hasn't started the last 2 games. What do you know?
Okay, so see, things are changing. So I think it'll really depend how Salah performs at AFCON. If he's hot like we know he can be, I think he'll come back. He'll slot right back in. If it's a little wishy-washy, I don't know. I think it'll depend how Liverpool has been playing. I mean, if this team and the team that played against Inter is any indication, I think there is a pathway forward without Salah.
Which is sad. It's kind of sad to think about, but it's it's that time.
It's always coming, but
the door's knocking. One more shout out to Curtis Jones. He got asked after the Inter game, why did the 2 striker formation work with him behind it, and he simply said, because I'm playing. And it's just like, dude, this guy's cold. Like, I really like what Curtis Jones is doing right now. If I had to give like a top 5 players for our season, he's got to be in it. Him, Szoboszlai, just trying to keep the energy up, the positivity, and like the drive, and showing that this team can be really good. So again, we got like 3 or 4 more games this month. Things can turn around fast. I can only hope. Kirkes too, man. He's finally like not looking like a ghost or a deer in headlights out there, and just invisible. Like it feels like everyone is starting to figure out what they need to do, which is great. Isak is the one giant question mark. I still look at him like, I can't believe he's on our team. Like it still doesn't make sense to me, but no one else has him. I guess that's the big pro.
Well, I think he'll come around. He'll find his role with the team, but I think Liverpool, having gone through such a turbulent period almost for the whole start of the season, right? There's a good start, but a lot of that was late winners, right? So it wasn't like a comfortable win. And then the losing streak and all that. So I think it's like almost kind of forced people to get the worst parts of the season out of the way. And now it's just like, all right, let's just like work together, play this game, and see what happens. And that's kind of where you want your team to be, really, of just pure vibes, right?
We need it bad right now. So I hope Mo has a good AFCON. I hope Egypt wins. I hope no significant injuries to anyone there.
Yeah.
But it's going to be an interesting month without him, because if we lose a lot, more question marks. If we kind of are just the same, I'll be content if we stay around top 5 and don't really break through. I don't expect to right now. I feel like the teams above us are just playing, outside of Chelsea, I would say Arsenal, City, and Villa are just playing insanely good football. I think we can just keep doing what we're doing in the league, keep winning Champions League games, and we got 2 more rounds of that. But Keep feeding Hugo the ball. That should be the moral of the
Yeah.
story for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's hot. Definitely keep finding him, or just let him run up top like that.
Let him
'Cause
run.
he's putting pressure on defenders too. So yeah, he's looking great.
He ain't scared of nothing.
Mm-mm.
All right, let's go down our list here, Chad. Did you get to watch your lovely match?
No, luckily I was working. Yeah.
Fascinating game. I feel like the Wolves and Arsenal since last year have had a little bit of a history with Mosquera stomping on was it Rice or Trossard?
No, Mosquera was the choke slam to
Oh, that's right,
Havertz.
Havertz. That's right.
And then also the finger up Jesus's behind.
So that was in the back of their mind.
Absolutely.
Coming into this game.
Arteta probably played that highlight as the hype up.
And it was the first game back for Jesus' game too for the season. Is this first game? Or did he play a little earlier?
He got in a little bit at Champions League, but
okay.
Yeah, first in the league.
Well, fascinating game. The Wolves outscoring everyone. Just unfortunately the wrong way. I won't lie to you, Chad. I thought Arsenal was going to totally lose this game. It certainly was looking that way.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Are you throwing up any question marks right now? I mean, this is like, I'm not saying this is classic Arsenal, but it's like when you guys when the spotlight goes back to you guys at the top of the table, and City's just right there. This is where the pressure builds. It feels like.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's been a tough stretch. It's hard to call on injuries and number of games because so many teams have those same issues, right? So I kind of try and still point at Arteta with his rotation, and I think your biggest example here is Ben White. Just came back from long-term injury. This was going to be his third full 90 since coming back. In
a row.
In a row. And we saw him go out with sounds like a hamstring injury. So did we need to play Ben White and Timber, or could you have played Lewis Skelly on that left back position and, maybe start Ben or start Timber and, give them both half a game, whatever. And I think that's somewhat across the board. There's some injuries in there that will mess up the rotation, but we're talking about Declan Rice been playing almost every single game, and we got Christian Norgard, who is no Declan Rice, but he is a defensive midfield cover option that hasn't really been used.
He's played one game,
I think, and then maybe a handful of minutes in one other game. He's just, I don't think he's that bad of a player, so he should certainly get into
that's crazy,
a game against Wolves at they're still on 2 points, going for the record of least amount of points for a EPL team. So I think just Arteta's rotation has been poor. I get it. You want to put your strongest team out and win every game as you can, which I think you could have done here, but you needed to come out and kill this game in the first half and then, make the subs and get some people rested. But yeah, you came out. It didn't look like the team was really up for it, or it was that classic, the underdog kind of catches the top dog off guard situation. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, Arsenal looked really poor. Probably the worst game they've had this season. Is it alarm bells? I don't think so. I mean, there will just be bad games, but you still came out with 3 points. Is it one we want to look back on ever? Not really, no. But if you can, get this little week break now, come back and just perform. It doesn't even have to be a blowout. You're away at Everton, so it won't be that easy anyway. But just put out a good performance. Ideally, get the win. And I think this Wolves game is pretty much forgotten. But yeah, it is a scary thing having City right behind you, you know. But that was always going to be the case. There's always going to be someone right behind us. I don't think we were ever really going to continue our run of like not allowing a shot on target and you know, being this
8 clean sheets in a row.
yeah, like that was a great stretch, but just as you can have good stretches, like Liverpool had, you know, the losing streak. So like it's teams will go through periods of good and bad, and you know, unfortunately for Arsenal, this bad period came at a time where there's a lot of games back to back. So they got to figure some things out. Obviously, still got to I think find Gyökeres on some runs better. He's up there. He's making those runs. I don't know if we're not coaching to pass to him and let him just drag the defense back or what, but you got to get him more involved, or else, you know, Jesus is back playing. If he can put up some performances like he has in the past, like we just need someone up top who's going to perform. Or you know, when Havertz gets back, if he looks good right away, then cool. But
well, that's the word, right? Havertz is going to go straight to the striker spot and kind of take over the duties.
I would think so. I think with his, you know, kind of midfield like shadow striker past, I think he's more willing to drop back and almost like Marino would do, where he would drop back and kind of help in the build up at times. And Gyökeres is just not that. He's your, you know, more standard striker, wants to stay up top and make runs and get on the ball. But I think Arteta likes to play more with that striker that will contribute deeper and but then also be able to get up top and get on the ball. So I would assume, unless Gyökeres is, you know, firing on all cylinders, Havertz or potentially Jesus will you know, kind of take that spot, and then it's, you know, Gyökeres on him to win it back. So
it seems like a lot of the strikers who moved around this year are shells of themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, just go down the list of the top, you know, Sesko and Mbumo, Cunha for Man United have all been okay. I mean, Liverpool's had their problems with Isak, and, you know, I think Hugo beats that exception. Then, for Arsenal, you have Gyökeres, and City has João Pedro. Like, I feel like there's a big list of players right now that are just still struggling to find form. And I saw a stat, too, where even the right wingers are struggling more than recent years, but it's the left side of the pitch that seems to be the stronger side. And just kind of fascinating there on what stats are looking like and where the performances are coming from.
I mean, it might kind of point to, you know, the amount of money some of these players go for is just ridiculous. And like whether they might say it affects them or not, like I think you probably do hear that, oh yeah, Liverpool just bought you for 150 or Arsenal bought you for 80, whatever it is. I'm like, well, that's not like it's not personal to you, I don't think, but it is like a reflection on what they think of you and you know, what your value to them and your worth. So I think you probably do feel some pressure to return that value, I guess. But then yeah, you're in a new team, new league potentially, and so yeah, maybe the Ekatikes, well, I mean, he wasn't cheap, but cheaper than Isak. Maybe it just is a little bit of, you know, weight off the shoulders and gets to go out and do your thing a little bit more freely.
I mean, when you look at those players, they all came from teams where they were essentially the leader, and then they came into the teams where they're not really leading anymore, right? They're not the the go-to guys. I think Ekitike falls into that, where he wasn't really the go-to guy. He was kind of like the sleeper pick that no one really saw. They almost confused people when he got brought to Liverpool. Like, who is this guy? What's he about? Everyone else we just mentioned, you know, they were kind of top dogs at their former clubs, and still trying to figure out what they can be now. But for sure, there's a huge pressure, and I'm sure Gyökeres is feeling that pressure too. But Arsenal has depth, and you know, I hope they can look at it as, of course, it's a value, but it's also a security blanket in your depth, right?
Yeah,
it's like the price you pay so another team can't have you. What are you willing to pay so another team can't, so you can't play against them? It's fascinating that some of those players went as high as they did, but I don't know when you could beat them. Again, it's like if you could beat them to that dollar amount, and he doesn't have to go against you, so be it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, my biggest worry isn't so much how Arsenal plays; it's just City. It's when City goes on these epic runs, and I'm sure Liverpool is going to make a push for top 3 at some point. I'm sure. I hate to say it to you, but I'm sure Arsenal's going to drop points at some point in the next month or two. I'm worried City isn't. Just looking at their schedule here up until February, they're going to play West Ham, Forest, Sunderland, Chelsea, Brighton, United, Wolves, Tottenham.
Well, Tottenham. We know Tottenham can beat them.
Tottenham's our only hope. Brighton beat them too. That was actually their, I think their 2-game losing streak earlier was, earlier in the season it was Tottenham and Brighton.
Look, you're away at Forest, Sean Dyche.
It's a big one.
Big stop. I don't know. It's and then they're away at Sunderland on the 1st. I'm telling you,
it's possible.
Going to go to Sunderland.
It's possible.
Team's going to drop points there. Everyone has so far. So.
Everyone has, and if City doesn't,
then that's a uh-oh.
It's an uh-oh. It's a damn it. Yeah, man. I just, when they're just creeping and then they hit their stride and then they just go. I feel like that stride happened like a month ago, and it's like this is it.
Yeah.
This is like Pep's last ride, and it's not just Haaland scoring now either, which is a bit concerning because that was our biggest peeve with them. It's like it's all Haaland, and now they got Foden scoring goals. It's not a lot. Haaland's at 17, then you got Foden at 7, then everyone else is at 2. So I wonder if Haaland starts to take it easy a little bit. At what point do these players really start to shift and have their minds go to the summer?
I think it really depends on who it is and like your position on the table. I feel like if it's City still chasing number 1, I could see, Haaland maybe turning his head a little bit towards World Cup because he's kind of been here, done that with the league and Champions League and all that.
Oh, you think if they're chasing number 1, he might turn away?
I think a little bit. I think either way he might a little bit. Just because it's like you're in your first World Cup. You're not expected to do much as Norway, but like
I think it depends on how far.
Maybe.
I think if they're a point behind going into May, he's still going to be going gung ho.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I think if you want to go big brain, Chad, let him be in first for like the next month or 2. He starts to be like, you know what, Arsenal 5-6 points down. We're gonna be all right. Let them be content with where they are, and then we strike. Because I feel like that's happened to both of us in like the last 5 years, and I don't know. This feels inevitable that they're gonna win this league, and I know I'm dooming a little bit here because I'm down in the standings right now. If I was where you are, I wouldn't be saying it. It just feels like we've done this before, and obviously if we don't win, I want you to win. But it's anyone but City. That's just what I want.
If Arsenal can make it through this period, we get most of their injured players back, and have the lead on City, I think they can do it. I think Arsenal has a more well-rounded squad and better depth. It's just if they can all stay healthy and Arteta can use that depth properly.
I agree with you. I think you need more support in the back line. Same argument for Liverpool.
It's crazy. We feel like every window we're buying defenders, and at one point you would think you'd have enough, but
I
here we are
think,
season after
well,
season, and it's like
and Gabby and
something happened.
Saliba are just so reliable, right? Like
Yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
third player, and I'm in the same boat with you. I'd argue we only have one. I
Absolutely.
it's going to be a fascinating window to see where we bolster both our squads and how we keep kind of the same momentum moving forward. Because I don't know what City. I can't imagine City's going to really go out and buy anyone. Because what do they
Yeah.
need? I don't know. Maybe a second striker, but like why?
Yeah. I don't think City has any real gaps, but not to say that they. It's not like the City of a few years ago where you could put out the B squad and it's just as good as the A squad. So
Right.
maybe you try and just bolster that a little bit. Whereas, yeah, I think Arsenal probably wasn't planning on a defensive signing, but after all this, it might be on the table. I think Liverpool definitely will be looking at defenders. Um, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I think Arsenal's probably in for I'd say either a defender or a midfielder. Probably not both. I don't think they want to go that far in the winter window, but
I think we're both going to be fighting over the same defenders. I don't know who they are right
maybe.
now, but I feel like
Yeah.
we're going to be at bid for a
So do you
replacement
think
center back.
Liverpool goes back for Gueye, or is that
Yeah, I do.
ship kind of sailed?
No, I do think that's going to happen. I think we're going to pay a stupid amount for it. I still think he might want to go. Or the other rumor is Barcelona might somehow come in there and swoop him away. I don't imagine that happening, but I mean, if we're paying 60, I feel like you guys would pay 65.
Probably.
And then
yeah.
we pay
I mean,
70, and then like it's this tug of war for this player that we both I think you guys need it for backup. I think we need it to possibly start.
I think you can offer the starting role easier than
Yep.
Arsenal could right now. I'd also kind of like to see Liverpool go for Van de Ven. I don't know if you can pry him away from Tottenham at this point.
That'd be
I don't think
interesting.
he's like crazy good defender, but I think his speed alone will help immensely in that back line.
It's funny you say that because I hope you saw the highlight of Mo Salah's breakaway, and he had Robertson and Virgil as his passing options on the counterattack, and it was
Yeah.
the pass was awful. But I wonder if he saw Virgil and was like, "What? like,
Am I going the right way?
yeah, like what are you doing up here?"
Yeah.
No, I think Van de Ven would be a really fun addition to put on the team and to have him next to Virgil. I feel like there's a lot of teams at the bottom right now who have one or two reliable defenders who I'd love to pick off.
Mm-hmm.
I just think if we do, what happens to Konate? What's his mentality? Is he like, okay, here's my replacement?
I mean, I think you kind of have to go at that level, right? Like, Konate is good, except for this last period where he was like dreaming in Madrid, right? And he didn't really have anyone really to step in for him. And then now you're kind of your only backup, and Joe Gomez is out injured for who knows how long. So I think you do have to kind of go for someone who is kind of starter ready, or can at least compete for that role. Who that is and what team you grab it from, I don't know, but
I mean, there's talks of putting Endo back there just because we want someone different from Konate because it's just been so bad.
But see, and that's you don't want it to be.
No,
you don't want Endo to be there just purely based on like someone who's not playing well. Like,
right.
If it's an injury crisis thing, okay, but it shouldn't be at that point. And I'd say the same for right back. Like, Szoboszlai can do it all. We love him. He's another James Milner, will play any position and perform well for you. But like, I think he just works. I like him much more in the middle and higher. So if you can have a solid right back and, you know, yeah, you're maybe stepping on Connor Bradley's toes, but
I think Connor Bradley's gonna be all right. I think he's the guy.
I mean, yeah, and that can be it. But I think you do need like a true cover for him at right back, right? Like,
Yeah, Frimpong isn't necessarily the cover.
no, yeah, I don't really know much about him, and I kind of assumed he was brought in as the cover, but then the more I like looked into him, it's like he doesn't really play like a
No,
right back.
he's the sprinter down the line. Like he's gonna go
Yeah,
attack.
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Milner might be available. I mean,
I
it
mean,
wouldn't be the worst thing for him to come in and play every now and then.
yeah, right.
And honestly, maybe bring some stability, just some like
Yeah,
familiarity to everyone,
Mhm.
right? And be like, oh yeah, this guy has been here for a while. He knew how to win and can maybe settle down the club. But that's far fetched. I don't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
I could dream about it though. I would happily take him back for this next year as we go through this transitional period once
Oh
again.
yeah, yeah.
Fascinating. I'd be begging for a 40-year-old. Crazy
But
where we're at.
he'd put up the exact performance you need from him every single time. So
I know exactly what I'm getting. Yeah.
yeah,
There's no drama. It's straightforward. Rarely messes up, which is why he's still in the league.
oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's kind of dive into the other games that happened around the week. Surprises, comments, anything you want to note?
I mean, I think the only surprise game, I guess you could say two. My only surprise was the Forest game against
Mhm.
Tottenham. I guess you could say Sunderland over Newcastle, but I think that has, I mean, Sunderland at home, yeah, hasn't lost since May or something, and then this was also their first like derby match back since what 8 years or something. That they were in the EPL last, so that one had so much outside noise around it. I think it was always going to be a Sunderland win, just because like script writers love that.
Well,
So
and last time they played Newcastle, they lost in the FA Cup, and Newcastle took a picture in front of the Sunderland supporters.
okay, yeah,
So
I saw the Sunderland like
yeah, there's a
response to it, I guess.
little
But
retaliation on there, and I was like, I
yeah,
like this. I can get behind this.
I like Sunderland how they're, I don't want to call it petty necessarily, but like they will play that kind of dirty game of like, yeah, move in the ad boards or like take the picture. Or I saw on the scoreboard they put visitors instead of Newcastle.
It's very much a we didn't forget,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like we remember what happened. We'll bring it up again. I would love, dude, if All or Nothing was Sunderland.
Oh,
Be
I'm
awesome.
saying I need one more season of Sunderland till I die. Like bring it back. First season back in the Premier League. Like if they don't got cameras in that dressing room following the team this season, someone messed up on the marketing side. Like
Was there? Did they do one last year? Was there any team that they followed?
um
Because I mean, the Klopp, they rumored there was a Klopp documentary in
yeah,
the works, but then it was Newcastle prior to that. So I mean, I really,
I don't know if there was one. Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. There needs to be. Great
yeah,
show. But yeah, that was a fun game. Close, but Sunderland found the way.
yeah. But yeah, Tottenham just
Whoa,
oof.
what's going on?
Yeah. Look, I assumed going away to Forest now that Dyche is there is going to be a struggle for a lot of teams. I didn't think it was going to be a 3-0 struggle for Tottenham, who's been good away from home this season. Yeah, they just did not look organized or confident or anything, and just Forest was kind of having. Forest, I feel like could have been up like almost 3 goals in the first 30 minutes had they got some placements better.
Dude, Forrest is on a roll right now,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
which is
Dyche
just
was the right pick.
And just seeing them in Europe too and finding success is, I don't know, hilarious. Just because we've never seen Dyche in this. I mean, this could honestly lead to Dyche getting a better coaching job, not to a relegation team, but to a team who actually like wants to compete. If they have, a decent run in Europe, and I mean, honestly, if Forest is the team for him, stick around. I mean, this team had such an abysmal start. It'd be fascinating to see if he was the coach at the start of the year. It's crazy he's the third manager this season. Like, I think we almost forget that at times, but
yeah,
he's only 4 points down from Tottenham, and let's call it five points from top 10.
Is he the Jesus, the flashy young manager who's maybe unproven or tries some crazy tactics? No, but he's like a James Milner. You know what you're gonna get, and he's gonna keep you up for sure. And if your players really buy into it, you're gonna get some decent performances. And I don't know, a lot of teams could use that.
See, this is on the flip side though. We look at Thomas Frank. I look at Thomas Frank and I'm like, great manager, great inspiration leader. Did everything right at Brentford. Brentford just, sold, reestablished themselves, but we're never losers per se. Mm-hmm. But then he goes to Tottenham, who spends all this money, gets all these players, and I would say they're arguably doing worse.
I think
now than he had with Brentford, like for his entire career.
Probably, because they were just posting some like point stats of Frank versus Ainge, and I think it's like even on points, or Ainge is technically up by like 1 or 2 points on the year. Here you go. So after 16 games managed, Frank's win rate is 37.5. Ainge was 43.8. They were in 10th under Ainge. It wasn't far off. Your big one, I guess, would be goal difference was plus 17 under Ainge, or it's plus 4 at the moment with Frank. So it's not all too surprising the attacking side of Ainge is higher, because that's just what he wants to do. He wants to...
Yeah, but he blew out those really shitty teams.
Yeah,
and then there's lost big.
Some skew in there.
His stats are so broken.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I keep seeing the news of, the board is backing Frank, and no pressure, they'll give him time, which I think they need to do. I think you almost need to take the Man United route and just like let it kind of crash and burn for a year and a half or whatever, and allow some sort of not full rebuild, but some restructuring in there. And I think things can happen. I think Frank is a good enough manager to have this team perform well. I don't know. Maybe it's players or tactics, or
they need a proper striker. You can't have Richarlison be their top goal scorer and expect good things to come.
No. Yeah. And they know that you didn't really fill the hole when Son left, which admittedly, is a massive hole, but you can't not fill the Kane hole and not fill the Son hole and expect things to go well.
Yep. Now, they made good signings, I would say, over this last, summer, but no way could that squad compete for a top 4, how we've, seen in maybe the last decade, but it's just keeps going down and down and down. And I like Frank. I don't think he deserves to be in this position.
Yeah.
I think it's a challenge.
As long as they're really going to give him time, I think your biggest thing is basically you need to keep Romero and Van de Ven. Everyone else may be expendable.
Porro, I would keep Porro.
Porro, yeah.
I think he's solid.
I think he could do better, but yeah, he's solid.
How about this? Everyone under 25.
Yeah, I mean that might just be the way to go, at least to get you like back on your feet, right? Of relying on some of those players in their prime and with the experience, and then you can try and
They got some old
bring in
heads.
some youth.
They got some old heads that
Yeah.
can let go. They can. I mean, Polina is a stat monster, but I mean, strategically, is he what you want? Probably not.
Yeah.
Vicario has just been a. I think he could probably earn the worst goalkeeper in the league this year. Definitely the laughing goalkeeper. He took Onana's
Yeah.
place.
Absolutely.
But everyone else is like, Bentancur, I would say, yeah, axe him. Everyone else, though, is below 25. You got Brendan Johnson, 24. You got, I guess Romero's 27, but you can asterisk him. Kudo's 25. Siemens 22, Van de Ven 24, Pedro Porro 26, Sar 23. So like young-ish squad, but again,
But I don't know if the club was really like primed and ready to build a squad with such young players.
no, they don't have that balance of veterans and young players, kind of like how I would argue City does. I would argue Villa, Arsenal. They're like closer to Chelsea, but Chelsea is much better.
And Chelsea just has the funds to sign whoever when, all right, yeah, you didn't really pan out, but we signed someone to replace you, so see you later.
Okay, that's a fun conversation to have right now. What would Chelsea sign during the winter window to get them over this metaphorical hump? Because right now Pedro Neto's their top goal scorer with 5 goals. They brought in João Pedro to be their out and out number 9, and he's fine, but not anything special.
It's not clicking like they wanted for sure.
Cole Palmer's been hurt. Finally came back, got his goal. I think Caicedo and Fernandez are their best players right now, right?
Yeah.
Or at least who you should probably. I would say their midfield, Palmer, Enzo, Caicedo are the ones you build around, right?
Yeah.
After that,
I think
it's like, okay,
yeah.
what's next?
Cucurella, I think, is safe. Honestly, I think my first signing would be a new keeper. I don't think Sanchez is nearly good enough. You need someone that you basically need like Ramsdale when he was at Arsenal and just like would pop off at the right moments. And Sanchez doesn't really have that. Like this Chelsea defense is fine, but you are gonna allow a handful of shots, or you need your keeper to come out and claim a cross or something, and I just don't really trust Sanchez to do that reliably, I guess. I don't know who you get, but that would probably be one of my first signings. I think attacking, you have just like such a plethora of options that you can kind of just keep rotating and find the formation that works up top with the right players. But yeah, I think like they've been playing Reece James in midfield and he's been good, but he's got to stay healthy.
And honestly, it's shocking how much he's played this year and hasn't got a red card. Or I think he's played at least the last 5 games in a row, which is something we hadn't seen in years. And what's crazy too, I just looked at his player bio. He's only 26.
Wow. I feel like I've heard about him for so long.
I mean, he was playing with Chelsea in 2019. So just been watching.
It has been a while, but yeah.
we've been following him. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna see some spenders this winter window. I feel like teams might feel like this table is a little more open than in recent years.
Yeah.
Right? Last year it felt like Liverpool was destined to win it just by how good Salah was and how just like they just kept going up.
Yeah.
I think this year was City's slow start and Arsenal kind of like, was hot, and now it's like, okay, they've won 3 of the last 6. Anything can happen. Don't sleep on Villa though. It's crazy they lost their first 3. I'm going to bring that up
I mean,
all year long.
Beyond that, they hadn't scored a goal. Like,
and now they're sitting 3 points behind the top.
Yeah.
What a crazy comeback. Kudos to Emery.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we always say is like so much of the fan discourse online is so like all or nothing. But this season is so long and there's so many ups and downs for every single team and, even player. And it's not worth getting ahead of yourself, whether you started good or bad. Like, obviously now at this point, Wolves, it's a cursed season, okay? You scored 3 goals against Arsenal, but not really, right? Like, so you could probably pack your bags. You're going down. Just enjoy the ride.
2 points. Oh,
yeah, it's pretty bad. But everyone else, I mean, Burnley at 10 points. You're only 6 points out of safety at the moment. If you can turn some things around, teams above you struggle, get some injuries, whatever, you might still find a way out. Like, it's everywhere is still, I think, tight enough that no one's really in the clear anywhere except for Wolves.
This table shifts so much every week. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Do you think the Wolves break Derby's record of 11 points?
Hey.
Dude, I don't know.
I mean, I will say, while I haven't watched a ton of Wolves, the way they set up and played against Arsenal, well, granted, Arsenal was not playing anywhere near their best, Wolves did look better than I've seen them in other games.
They played hard. I've watched maybe 1 to 2 games of theirs. I've had it on and just watched them get obliterated.
Yeah.
This one was much different. The energy was there. Again, I thought they maybe could have taken it. But
Yeah.
When like you put your heart and soul into something and then it doesn't work out and then the next time you have to go do it, you're just like, what's the point?
Oh, no.
That's the vibes.
They can't be there.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's the vibes I'm getting right now. I'm partially saying that because we play them soon, so I don't want vibes to be excellent over there.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But it's just it's funny to think about.
Yeah, I mean, what, you need 9 points to match it.
Derby only had 1 win that season.
It feels like a big ask at this point.
Huge ask. We're getting close to everyone playing each other at this point. What are we, like 2 games away from everyone doing the rotation?
Yeah, I think something like that.
So if we go through round 1 and you don't beat a team and you got 2 draws, that being classic Tottenham and Brighton, dude, it doesn't look good. Who are you going to beat? You don't want to be the team that loses to him, but like, honestly, if you had a bet on one team that this team beats, I mean, it's got to be like, I don't even think Burnley. I don't think Burnley would let it happen. It's got to be West Ham.
That was my immediate thought, and then beyond that was some like crazy, show up against end Villa's run or something, like some like crazy nonsense game that just somehow the ball finds a way into the back of the net at the last minute for Wolves.
My mouse cursor is pointing to Chelsea, and it'd be like a Sanchez like howler or something. But other than that, they're kind of like must watch because you don't want to lose to them.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say must watch, but like throw it on in the background while you do something else.
If it's in the final 10 and the game's tied, you're turning it on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't need to watch from the start. But if it's close in the final 10, I will happily tune in to say, do it. I mean, I won't lie. I was kind of saying it against. I was more watching that Arsenal game going like, oh no.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, yeah, they probably should have got the win from that game, but call it luck or I don't know.
The moment just got too big for them. I think it was like they kind of spooked themselves into saying like, "Holy shit, we're here right now. This is possible." And then it all went to shit. And to partially segue it to the Man United Bournemouth game today. Bournemouth handled that onslaught of Man United incredibly well. I couldn't believe, going down 2-0, getting a goal, going into halftime, immediately coming out and scoring a goal. That was crazy. Yeah. And then scoring again, not long after. I don't have the exact time. I don't know when the time was. But then
it was 46, then 52.
Okay, so close together. And then Man United coming out with 2 goals. What was that, around like the 60th and 70th?
It was actually 77, 79.
So it was just a crazy tug of war. But when they hit those 2 goals, I immediately, you might have saw it in chat, I was like, I expect 2 more goals here, because Bournemouth was just so laser focused on finding a way to get it done. And then the goal happened around the 80th minute mark. And teams didn't settle down. Bournemouth still was fighting for it, but they just couldn't find a way to break through. It was close, though. Yeah. They almost found a way. But like that composure when you're in the heat of the moment, that's what separates teams completely. And like the Wolves had their chances, but like it wasn't composed. It was just chaotic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it was an own goal, but it was pressure from Arsenal that let it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of surprised I guess maybe lost track of Bournemouth. I didn't realize they were down in 13th. I feel like they were doing well.
But one win, Chad, and they're in like 7th next week.
Yeah, true.
This table will forever be moving as long as teams keep winning and losing. And when you look at the table and you see the red on the right and then you see green on the left, I mean, it's really just been back and forth for everyone, except for City.
Yeah. Bournemouth has Burnley next, so they can maybe start a little run. And Brentford, okay. Yeah.
Fascinating table. This has been a fun year in terms of just like the movement and thank goodness Sunderland or one of the 3 promoted teams isn't just awful.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that, and I'm glad that while Bournemouth kind of fell away a little bit at this point, like they started really hot and beat some teams they maybe wouldn't have otherwise. And, on the other end, Villa started so poorly, but now is up there again. And, Palace is kind of hanging on by a thread, I think.
Bro, they got to get, as long as they stay in top 10, I'm happy.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I think it's a fun table. I mean, even Everton up in 9th right now. Like after the last few years Everton's had, to see them, I don't even feel like I see them play well necessarily, but they're up there. So I think it's a better table than is maybe we've had the past few years, where it was like kind of nailed on before the season started. It's for a while either City or Liverpool at the top, and then Arsenal kind of stuck their nose in, and and that was kind of it. Everything else just was a weird mishmash. But now it's like we got a good spread, I think.
Yeah, let's get dramatic.
Yeah.
We have 8 games on Saturday.
Holy moly!
8 games Saturday. Sunday's the big one. Villa versus Man United.
Oh, okay.
But
that would be big. Damn.
Yeah, a lot of games this weekend, man. That Saturday is going to be a busy one. I definitely want to keep my eyes on Newcastle. Chelsea should be interesting. Mm-hmm. Liverpool, Tottenham. I'll cross my fingers. We should get it done.
Should, yeah.
And then, Arsenal, Everton. I think that'll be a good match too.
Yeah.
I'll peek at the West Ham City game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not holding my breath for that one. I do love calling when a team can beat City, and I feel like I get this little, like, this is the weekend, and I've been pretty good. I feel like I've guessed right with them, and this is I don't got that feeling right now.
It's fair.
Yeah, unfortunately,
it'll come.
I think it will. But then we go to Boxing Day after the weekend. United and Newcastle. Yeah, one game. We know why they did it. They want people to watch the game and tune in, whatever. And then we get, the onslaught of games the day after. And then we'll finish out this busy month on the 30th. So,
what, 3 more games this year? Okay. Most teams, I guess.
3?
Yeah, I mean, at least for Arsenal, it's 3 more.
2.
Liverpool's on the first.
Yeah, so. we got 2. Oh yeah. Who we got on the first?
Leeds.
Again? Come on. We just played them.
Right back to it.
The reverse schedule is happening. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, then Arsenal, Liverpool on the 8th. So we got to figure out a way to watch that together. Mm-hmm. All right, man. We hit the hour mark. Good talk. Good catching up.
Yeah.
Glad vibes are at least decent all around. Glad, if we had to skip a week of podcasting, last week was the right week to do it.
Yeah.
Anything you want to end on?
No, I think we covered it all. It's, games are still coming we have a little, week break or whatever, but then it's kind of right back into it, so.
It's go time.
Oof.
It's go time. All right, Chad. Well, good talking to you. Good catching up.
Always.
And best of luck this weekend with that.
Same to you.
The Hooligans pitch. We're out. Peace.